Hello and welcome to my second video blog here. Actually, I threw in some others from online content between my first one and the second one, but this is the second one I'm recording. Today's topic is how you can get your own TV reality television series. And I've been asked this question more than once, and sometimes it's just people are interested in how I ended up getting mine, and then others are practically how they can get theirs. So I think I'll break this up into at least two different blogs so it doesn't go too long at any one time. So the first one will tell you a little bit about my story. In 2005, I found this really huge meteorite that was just a media sensation, and a lot of newspaper, magazine, television things, little interviews and stuff popped up and spun off from it. And it ended up in 2006 in April, well actually a little bit earlier than that, we got contacted by Travel Channel, and they wanted to do an episode on a show called Cash and Treasures with Becky Worley. And we said, Travel Channel, what does travel have to do with meteorites? But it was actually a really good fit, and they came out and shot us for as guests on one of their episodes. And it turned out really good and a lot of fun, a lot of really good exposure. And while that was happening, we ended up talking with the producer that was on site that was recording this, the director, and we said, hey, we think we could do our own whole series, not just a one-off thing. And he was like, yeah. And I'm sure he gets inundated with offers all the time, all kinds of ideas. And so, but we were pretty confident, and they were happy with what they got, so had a really good relationship with them. And so we're sitting around waiting, and I ended up being friends with, or I was friends with Jim Bob Duggar, who's the father of the TLC show 19 Kids and Counting. And wasn't real close with him, but close enough. I felt comfortable picking up the phone, calling him and saying, hey, Jim Bob, this is the situation. What would you recommend on that we can do to help make a TV show a reality? He said, there's really nothing you can do. You've got your foot in the door with this episode coming up. If the ratings are good, then they're going to want to do something. And if they're not, nobody's going to want to do anything, and there's really nothing you can do about it. So just patiently, we sat around and waited. Sure enough, the episodes aired. The whole series came out. Ours did exceptionally well, and sure enough, the production company came back and said, hey, you know that idea about doing it? We'd like to pitch that elsewhere. So Jeff and I put our heads together and gave them a real big, thick stack of ideas of all the places we could go. And they went out and pitched it, and it went nowhere. I don't know why, but I just know there were no serious nibbles. And so the idea just kind of died on the vine. Other media stuff just kept going. I ended up in a newspaper story about me that ended up on the front page of the LA Times. And Ruth Riven, who is an executive producer at LMNO Productions, was reading her paper one morning, and there it was, this story, and she goes, wow, meteorite hunter. So she picks up the phone, gets a hold of me, calls me, have you ever thought about doing a TV show? And it's like, oh, wow, a TV show? You think we could do it? No, wasn't that facetious. We actually said, yeah, actually, we have given a lot of thought. My buddy Jeff and I, we've got this really big, thick stack of paper. She goes, could we have it? So we sent it over to her. Her boss loved the idea. They made a little 4-minute video of us, a pitch video, and sent it out all over the place. 3 networks nibbled and said, hey, we're interested. We went out, interviewed with them, and Science Channel ended up giving us the best offer, and so we ended up on Science Channel because of it. The big lesson out of all this, I suppose, is that when it's my idea, it's a bad idea. When it's their idea, oh, it's a great idea. So if there's any advice in a really nutshell, how can you make this somebody else's idea and not yours? So the next video blog here, I'm going to get into a little bit of some of the things that you might be able to do to increase that for you and increase your odds if that's something you want to do. Appreciate it. Have a good day.